Golden Age of China. You may have watched Chinese films filled with valiant generals in gleaming armor, charging across misty battlefields, or scenes in the grand palace of Chang'an where ministers bow before the mighty ruler known as the Emperor of Han. The word Han, appears in nearly every Chinese legend, in dynastic titles, ethnic identities, even in everyday language and culture. But have you ever wondered, who were the Han? Where did the name come from? And why has it remained so deeply rooted in the Chinese consciousness? For over 2 millennia, the story of the Han is not merely that of an emperor's triumph, but of an ordinary man who rose from the dust of the roadside and changed the course of Chinese history forever. That man was Liu Bang, Liu Bang, Liu Ba with Macron and G. The birth of the Han Empire, from Liu Bang to the dawn after the tyranny of Qin, when the first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang, Qin Shi Huang, Qin Sh Huang, died in 210 BCE. The empire he forged with great walls, arrow-straight roads, and merciless laws began to fracture. The splendor of Qin, the first dynasty to unify China, lasted only 15 years. The Qin court was mired in fear. Millions were forced into labor to build tombs and the Great Wall. Countless died. Taxes soared. The common folk became but shadows of themselves beneath a system that saw humans as mere cogs in a machine of law. Not long after the first emperor's death, uprisings erupted across the land. Among the rebel leaders stood Xiang Yu, Shang Yu, Xiang Wei, a mighty warrior from Chu famed for his strength, and another, lesser-known man, Liu Bang, a low-ranking official from Pei County, Pei Shan, Pei Xian, in today's Jiangsu province, once a supervisor of forced laboris for the state. He was no general, had no noble family, and commanded no army, only a silver tongue, a bold heart, and a leader's instinct for recognizing the worth of others. Having witnessed Qin's cruelty, Liu Bang understood that the people longed not for another tyrant but for a leader who understood them. Thus, when he broke the chains of conscripted workers bound for the wall and led them into the wilderness, a folk hero was born, though he did not yet know it. From commoner to founder of a dynasty, Liu Bang began with only a handful of followers. Yet, within a short time, that handful grew into an army, because what he possessed above all was an understanding of human hearts. He honored and shared with others. He was not a commander who barked orders, but a leader who ate and laughed with his men. He surrounded himself with the capable Xiao He, Xiao He, Xiao He, the shrewd statesman, and Han Xin, the brilliant strategist who could read an enemy's mind. While Xiang Yu thundered across plains by the sword, Liu Bang wielded the power of words and friendship to unite fractured alliances. He was not the strongest warrior, but he was the most understanding tactician. The war between Chu and Han, Chu Han Zhizheng, Ch Han ZHZHNG, raged for 4 years. The two leaders mirrored each other, Xiang Yu, the knight of valor, Liu Bang, the strategist of patience. Xiang Yu believed in honor and might. Liu Bang believed in time and wisdom. Legend says that one night, as Xiang Yu's troops were surrounded at Gaixia, Jiaixia, they heard songs from their homeland echoing from all sides. Those voices, soldiers of Liu Bang singing Chu songs, were a psychological stratagem to shatter morale. It worked. Broken-hearted, Xiang Yu took his life by the Wu River, Wujiang, Wujing. In 206 BCE, Liu Bang entered Xianyang, Shanyang, the former Qin capital. There, history recorded his decree: no looting shall be allowed. The people are not to be harmed. The cruel laws of Qin shall no longer stand. With that declaration, a new dynasty was born, the Han dynasty, Han Chao, destined to usher China into its golden age. The name Han, geography, meaning, and the landscape of power. The name Han, was not chosen for its sound, but for its soil, rivers, and mountains. It came from Hanzhong, Acha with Graven ZHNG, a valley south of the Qinling Mountains, Qinling, QNLNG, a rugged land of winding rivers and deep forests where Liu Bang first gathered strength during the chaos after Qin's fall. He was then titled King of Han. Han Wang, ruling Hanzhong, a region hard to attack yet rich in resources. The Han River, Hansui, Hanshu, flowing from Hanzhong into the Yangtze Basin, gave lifeblood to the name. To control the river was to command the arteries of trade and survival. As Liu Bang's power expanded from mountain passes to the fertile Guanzhong plain, the name Han traveled with him, from frontier to center, from periphery to empire. When the war ended, Liu Bang took the throne and immortalized the name Han, not only as a remembrance of his homeland, but as a declaration that power now came from the common man, not noble blood. Thus Han became both a geography and a political manifesto, a name that embodied the balance between land and governance, choosing Chang'an, Chang'e with Macronen, as the capital further reflected this harmony, protected by the Qinling Range, nourished by the Wei River, Weihe, Weihe, and open to the Silk Road. It became the heart of the empire. Liu Bang inherited Qin's infrastructure, roads, postal routes, administrative divisions, but eased its oppression with a simple pledge. Reduce the laws to 3. Killing, harming, and stealing are punishable. All else is forgiven. This was a political revolution in itself, the promise that Han would rule not by fear, but by fairness. Thus the word Han became a symbol of geography, memory, and political moderation, born in Hanzhong, thriving by the Han River, and flowering in Chang'an. From common roots to cultural foundation, making the ordinary the standard of civilization. Han's greatness lay not only in conquest, but in the art of turning the ordinary into order, transforming everyday life into the framework of civilization. 1. Bureaucracy in rhythm with the people. The Han retained Qin's commandery county system but humanized it, easing conscription, lowering taxes, and restoring peasant vitality. Under emperors Wen, Di, and Jing, taxes became so light that their reigns were hailed as eras of peace. A new balance emerged between central authority and local rule, a political formula that sustained China for centuries. 2. Confucianism as the moral language of the state. The ethics of Confucius, Kongzi, filial piety, loyalty, righteousness, became the empire's shared moral vocabulary. Officials were no longer just enforcers of law, but exemplars of virtue. Under Emperor Wu Di, Confucianism was woven permanently into statecraft. Schools and rituals enshrined the 5 classics, Wu Jing, WJ&G, as the intellectual compass of the elite, while villages absorbed the same virtues through local education and family rights. 3. Economic and technological standards. The Han standardized weights, measures, and currency. Iron and salt industries were organized under state oversight to prevent monopolies, sparking the famous debate on salt and iron, Yan Tielun, Yang Tilun, centuries ahead of modern policy debates over state and market. These standards synchronized the empire's economy, taxation, and military, creating one of the world's earliest efficient bureaucratic states. 4. Language and script, thinking together. During the Han, the clerical script, Li Su, LSH, flourished, legible, orderly, and uniform. It became the official script for steles, documents, and bamboo manuscripts, ensuring that governance and culture spoke the same written tongue. This laid the foundation for later regular script, Kalsu, Kish, still used today. 5. Shared memory as national consciousness. The monumental records of the grand historian, Shiji, SHJ, by Sima Qian, Thima Chen, established how the Chinese would remember themselves, not merely through chronology, but through moral interpretation of virtue and decay. From then on, Han people, Hanren, came to signify not an ethnic tribe, but a cultural identity, united by language, customs, and shared memory. Conclusion: from one common man to the pattern of Chineseness. If Qin was the iron hand that forged the land, Han was the beating heart that bound its people. Liu Bang's story is not just that of a victor, but a lesson in endurance, a lasting state must, and know its origins, from Hanzhong and the Han River, and know its stance, merciful governance and simplified law. And know how to harmonize, kin structure plus, Confucian ethics plus economic order. From a mountain valley, the name Han grew into a dynasty. From a dynasty, into a people, so that today, over 1 billion still call themselves Han Chinese. Hanren. A name once tied to geography has become the answer to the question, who are we? It is why, in every Chinese film or epic, whether in the palace or on the battlefield, the word Han never fades. It is not merely a dynasty's name, but the very template of governance, education, language, and memory that has sustained Chinese civilization for over 2,000 years. Historical notes. The Han dynasty was founded in 206 BCE, with Liu Bang enthroned as Emperor Gaozu of Han in 202 BCE. The Chu-Han contention lasted from 206 to 202 BCE. Hanzhong, lies south of the Qinling Mountains. Chang'an, stood in the Wei River Valley, near modern Lebanon. The clerical script, Li Su, LSH, became prevalent during the Han. The Shiji, was completed under Emperor Wu, 141 to 87 BCE.